Hey, folks, and welcome on back to Petalburg Woods, the only podcast where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Let's talk some Pokemon. As always, this is the show where we talk about not only Pokemon itself, but the world, people, cultures, and mindsets and philosophy surrounding Pokemon. How do these games make us feel? As always, I am one of your lovely hosts, Droomish.
I'm your other lovely host, Capreo. How you doing? Welcome back to the woods. Thanks so much for joining us. We've got a hell of an episode for you today because Pokemon Legends ZA came out about 2 weeks ago, and boy howdy, we've been playing it, and we're going to talk about it. But before we do, Droomish, my good friend, my lovely co-host, how you been? How you doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah, I like Pokemon.
Yeah.
And Pokemon consumption.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love Vanillux so much. And I'm so excited about Mega Raichu Y. And I love the Minnesota Vikings. God, I love Pokemon. What a good time to enjoy Pokemon without any other opinions.
I haven't heard a thing.
Not a one.
Myself. Before I really go on about what I've been doing, which is playing ZA, can I just run a quick bit by you?
Please.
Okay, the bit's over. Boy moding's over.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
not doing that anymore. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Good bit.
Yeah, it was fun while
Yeah.
it lasted. This is how I sound now. We're getting that out of the way.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of ZA. We always do the section at the beginning. What are we talking about today? Mm-hmm. Every podcast in the history of ever has done what are we talking about today? I just read the notes wrong a little bit.
What have we been doing lately?
Yeah, what have we been up to lately?
Separate from the main topic.
Yeah, but I mean, it is just playing ZA.
Uh-huh.
Like, I go to VGC once a week, and that's always fun.
I guess I've been on tour this month. I've been playing shows.
Wow.
In
He's on
Eastern
tour.
Canada. Yeah. And so I was in Ottawa the day that ZA came out. And so my friend Cassie and I went to a GameStop in Ottawa for their midnight release of ZA. So that was fun and weird to be in a new city and a strange
Yeah, that's cool.
place. But anyway, I don't know.
In a
Cassie,
strange place.
Cassie was really excited about it. And because I was just going to wait until I got home to buy it. And even though I got it at midnight, I still waited a couple of days until I started to play it because Mo, my partner, asked me to wait until her and I could start it together. So I did, which meant that
that's really special.
I had to sit there and just sort of like, Cassie thankfully did not spoil anything for me while she was playing it for the first couple of days that she was playing it, which is very nice. But I did just like, I couldn't stop myself from just like peeking over her shoulder to like see what she was doing in like the early game. Anyway, but yeah, it was worth the wait because starting it with Mo was very good.
Well, that's actually really special.
Mm-hmm.
I also had to wait, but just because of like stupid work and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I also went to a midnight release and I had a lot of fun. I took a bunch of pictures. It was like I don't know, like a red carpet release for me or something. And I also got like for the very first time, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm a little covert when I go out, but I was like half recognized, I guess, for like this is the very first time I was okay, recognized is a very strong way of putting it, but I was in for just like a second. I was in this this I don't know if you know them, but they're like they do shiny hunting videos, and it's like a group of people called the Nova League. They're on YouTube.
Yep, I know them.
Yeah, they do good stuff. I like them quite a bit. and this person that I met, and I was playing my DSi because like as soon as I got to the midnight release, I was like, I whipped out my DSi, like, because I was like, I have to do this. I have to have this feeling, like this is an essential experience for me, and I need to play my DSi, just a like DS Game Boy game, and that was what I had with me. And I'm playing that, and so this guy comes up and starts talking to me. We're talking about shiny hunting, and he's like talking about like who he follows and stuff, and like I mentioned my name. And they were like, oh, okay, cool. Like they were not really familiar, but they did so the Novel League had this video where like they just like showed a bunch of people with sitting cuties at the beginning of it. And I had a cameo in this where I was juggling some sitting cuties. Just I'm like on there for like a couple of seconds. And they recognized me from that. They were like, oh yeah, like okay, like that was you. I get it. Like, yeah. And I was like, okay. I guess I guess I got kind of recognized.
Yeah. Your true legacy of juggling plushies.
Yeah, just for a couple of seconds. I'm sure
awesome.
I will. I'm not that I don't know. It's like it was just it wasn't even weird. I was just like, oh, okay. Like I didn't understand how somebody could like that be the thing that I like. I don't know. It's like, oh, I've seen you before. You had a 2-second cameo in this other video. And
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you don't show your face very often in your YouTube videos, but you do stream once a week.
Always be plugging. I do stream once a week.
Yeah. On Monday nights.
Monday nights around 8-9 EST.
Yeah, give or take.
Thanks for mentioning that. Yeah.
Of course, no problem.
I have to get ready. Okay. And I've been playing ZA over there, and that's like I don't know. So onto the discussion. That's like the main thing I've been doing, and I like the game pretty well. And I do think that we're gonna kind of talk about ZA today. But I had like I guess more Petalburg Woods-ish idea, and I'm like presenting the thesis here, but I maybe like we'll have to get to it or something. I'm sure that there's like a more flowery way to talk about this, but like in my head, I'm calling it the cycle of hatred of just like, I feel like it's very, very cruel to like what's happening, but just.
I think it's apt though, because that's like what it is, you know? That's
yeah,
just what
it really is. Yeah, I mean, just like, new game comes out, everybody's hating it.
Everyone hates it, or at least people go out of their. It seems like people go out of their way to find something to hate about it.
People are going out of their way to tell me that this game sucks.
Right.
Maybe because I make videos about Pokemon,
right?
But it's like I'm getting like freaking like knocks on my door. It's like, hey asshole, like if there's any chance that you enjoyed this thing, I'm here to tell you that it's bad and you suck. Also,
yeah, I think I would love to talk about ZA first. And then dive into that idea.
This is where we're building. This is the point of where we're building, and mainly because this is not obviously if you have played if you're like not born yesterday and have played Pokemon for longer than that, you will also know this is not a recent phenomenon.
No.
This is like, I mean,
hence it being a cycle.
that cycle of hatred. Just like I guess like a. Like I guess like a seeding question for this whole thing, because I am really curious. When was the first time that this happened to you with a new game?
Let's Go and probably Black and White. Now that I think
that's what. Okay, I was like, yeah, like I'm in freaking middle school when this is happening. And
yeah, I think like I was on Twitter. I think I was on Twitter when Black and White came out. But I was definitely young. But I don't know. It was the first time that I noticed a significant amount of disdain towards a Pokemon game, when so far it had only up to that point been like me and my friends just exclusively loving them and having a great time, with the odd complaint here and there, but certainly nothing like the original reception to Black and White. But then personally, I guess I did not. I was not excited for Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee at the time, and after playing Pokemon Sun, I was not excited about Gen 7. But Let's Go, I didn't even give a chance before I already made and had an opinion of it. And then when I did,
the haters.
Years later, when I did finally give it a chance, and I've mentioned this before on here, when I did finally play it, I had a great time with it, and I do think it is one of the standout Switch Pokemon games. But yeah, at least certainly Black and White was the first time for sure.
I'm so glad we're on Black and White, because I have a very, like, I don't know, this is one of those things, like, I was like, okay, I kind of thought I was crazy, but then like I was like a little bit like gassed up about this on stream the other day of like, there's just like several things throughout my life where it was just, it's like a nothing mundanity, but like I think to myself, like, I will remember this, and then I do. And but I had one of these about Black and White, specifically to this, where I was just walking in the hallway and Noah rears his ugly head. Noah, I have so many stories about Noah, okay?
My favorite thing about this show is the Noah continuity.
Okay, I could go on and on about Noah. I actually I brought somebody over here who also knew Noah, and I was telling him about the Noah bit, and he was like, "Oh my god, that's so Noah!" Like
a Noah knower, a fellow.
Yeah, Noah knower. But I was just walking down the hallway. I was completely minding my business. We are in school. I am not on social media yet. I am enjoying playing Pokemon Black. Noah stops me and says, "Hey, have you played the new Pokemon?" I said, "Yes." And he said, "Doesn't it suck? It sucks. These new Pokemon are not any good. Like, bag of trash, ice cream. How can you possibly defend this stuff?"
Oh, but I love Vanillux.
Almost as much as Mega Raichu Y.
Yeah,
it's so
almost
good.
as much.
And maybe he was rage baiting me because I was rage baited. Oh my god, this made me fly off the hand. I was like, okay, for one, let me go to class. Like I'm not even like I'm in like my presumably safe space, and I'm being attacked about my singular my singular personality trait right now at school. Why nothing going on for me, and but I don't know, and just now, because it happens so often, I remember this so, like, it's like crystal clear that he bagged on specifically Garbodor and Vanillux, that they suck, and that,
I mean, they were the main punching bags. They were the scapegoats at the time. They still kind of are, but
yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess just this thesis being that it's not as good as it used to be, and like I would think to myself, like, I was crazy. I was like, what do you mean it's not as good as it used to be? Eggs, rocks, slime.
Right. And this was the anti-Gen 1 counter argument of the time also.
So that's just like, I don't know, I guess like I want to plant that seed for the episode.
Yeah.
Let's talk about ZA, because I think I have to fight those thoughts myself of like, oh, it's not as good as it used to. And I'm like, okay, like check the nostalgia, or check like the anti-nostalgia at the door, because like it's Pokemon. It's another Pokemon game. It's not that complicated.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know. Like, I mean, let's just do ZA. You know, a game doesn't come out very often. I know that I said all that stuff about what the show is, but it's like, you know, like, give me a break. We can spend some time reviewing a game. Okay, flame me in the comments, but like, we're gonna talk about the game.
I don't even necessarily think we're gonna review it as much as we're just gonna talk about like what we, I guess that's reviewing, what we think so far.
What do you think a review is?
I don't know. I feel like a review is so much more definitive. But like, to me, this is
not
just
gonna
like
do scores.
Impression. No, that's certainly not gonna.
Oh
happen.
yeah, I mean, because we're not done. Like, you're definitely not done, right? Or like even like with the story.
I've rolled credits, but
what the hell? Oh, excuse me.
I'm in post game now, but you know, but
I have like.
I will talk about up to where you are.
Not far. I think I just got. I just got Meganium, and not like just like Meganium has evolved.
Yeah.
That is as far as I've gotten. Okay. I'm like,
so
I'm like
I'll go
low 30s.
I'll go up to there. I'll meet you where you're at.
I'm not going to, just because like, I don't know. I'm a little. I don't know what the word is. Like a little. Ridiculous, maybe. I'm gonna put the spoiler warning out now. I don't intend to. I really don't have that much to spoil myself, because I haven't gotten very far.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want to promise that. So
totally.
Like, yeah, like it might happen. We're talking about the game on a podcast.
What rank are you?
I'm rank F.
Okay, so folks, if you're listening and you haven't played the game yet, or you're playing and you're below that rank. Maybe save this episode for later, but I guess if you're rank F or higher, then keep on listening.
Thanks. Okay, that was a good thing. So, okay. I guess maybe this could be like, I don't know, more emotional than a review. Like I like this. I like this thing that you wrote on the notes here. Like what were your expectations? Like I'm very curious about that from you. I don't feel like we talked about this before. Like what did you think you were gonna get?
I was very curious about how the wild zones were going to function, given how open the zones or the areas of Arceus were. I was curious about like logistically how Lumios was going to work and how the wild zones were going to work. And I didn't really have like an idea of how that was going to happen. But I also, like, once I started playing, I wasn't surprised about how it worked. Other than, I guess, Pokemon locations within, like, the individual locations of Pokemon within the wild zones is quite choreographed in that, like, a lot of, like, the same species will, like, be in the same locations within the wild zones. So the wild zones, like, you can predict sort of how they're going to happen and where you can expect to see Pokemon for the most part. They're not as like, as, I don't know, open and unpredictable as you would expect like wild animals to behave, and the way that they behaved in Arceus and Scarlet and Violet. And it's not a better or worse thing, it's just a different thing, in my opinion.
I hadn't really considered that. That's a good point.
Thanks.
I just minutia. Well, hey, great point. +2.
Well,
Good job.
To me, a lot of what I enjoyed about Arceus was the catching and just like throwing Pokeballs in the overworld. And so that is maintained in ZA, thank goodness. And there's maybe the best quality of life improvement of all time in the guy who collects your missed Pokeballs. I love that guy. That guy's my favorite guy. No longer do you have to accidentally, I don't know, misclick and throw a Pokeball at nothing, and then, oh, well, that's just a wasted Pokeball now. Now there's a guy outside every Pokemon Center who will hand it back to you like a Yamper. It's so nice.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. What did you, sorry, I guess that's not even an expectation anymore. I'm just talking about experiencing the beginning of the game.
These are like, yeah, this is like, I don't know, tight minutia. I am like this is interesting. I'm fascinated even.
I don't know, but expectations, like, I don't know. I was just mainly I was just curious truly about the logistics of how Lumios was going to work, how big it was going to be for sure. Like, was it going to feel like enough of a space to warrant being the entire game? Yeah, I don't know. What did you expect? And then what do you think now?
I expected it to be like big enough to warrant the city. From what I had seen in the trailers, I thought like fully, this is a good idea. And then like I had like one concern of like, there just better be verticality to this game. And then there was.
Yeah.
And like, I just like being on the roofs. I think that's fascinating. I said this right before the game came out on another show, actually, that I was invited on. I was just like as long as I can go on the roofs, I'm going to be happy. That's like a pretty concrete expectation. I really like going up and jumping and climbing and flying in games like this. So that's just like nice. And it is not like, I think, expecting to be able to move more, but it's not breaking my heart now that the game is out, that I don't have roller skates, or I don't have like a dedicated ride Pokemon or something.
Right.
I think that in that regard also, like, I'm very impressed with like kind of the physical scale of the game, where the movement that you have access to feels very tailored to a good world that they created. Like my shoes are just the right size for this is what I'm feeling now. So yeah, I was pretty stoked, I think, going into it. And I would say like it's even more fun than I was expecting it to be, honestly.
Regarding the movement, initially, before I knew that you could just run, initially I thought that base movement speed was going to be the movement speed for walking. I thought that was just going to be like as fast as you could go. And then I was relieved when they let me run. But I was also sort of anticipating like another step up in speed, just for, especially like once you get into post game stuff and like getting from place to place you just want to do quickly, you can fast travel pretty liberally. Like there's a lot of places around the map where you can fast travel too, but you miss out on like getting items and potentially catching Pokemon when you fast travel from place to place rather than running from place to place. I think the rollerblades are missed and would have made sense to it, like instead of like a bike, for instance, the rollerblades would have been nice. And I've seen people complaining about a lack of ride Pokemon too. I don't know that ride Pokemon would have made sense other than maybe like Go-Goat. Like it is a little surprising maybe that Go-Goat isn't like
That is a genuine surprise,
like,
that there is no rideable Go-Go.
because that was in X and Y. There was like the Go-Goats and there was also the taxis. They kept the taxis.
Prototypical ride Pokemon all over X and Y.
Right.
You know what? Actually, that's getting like a scratch for being weird. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, there was like rideable Mamoswine in that game. Like, folks, they really pushed the envelope with X and Y, and anything receding on X and Y is, I don't know, less goodening in my in my book. Where's
Right.
the freaking Go-Go's?
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it is a large enough space that being able to move around it a bit more quickly would make sense. I've seen some people complain about not being able to fly anymore, especially after getting used to being able to fly in Arceus and in Scarlet and Violet. So then not being able to fly in this game feels like a step backwards. I don't think that's I don't feel like that. I don't miss it. And I also think it would like invalidate a lot of, frankly, the platforming involved around Lumiose, because
And I love platforming.
folks, they did it.
Yeah, it's like
There's
like, I don't
platforming
know.
in a Pokemon game now.
And it's like, yeah, like this is like actual. I was very pleased with that. That's like my other great love. I have always wanted to. I don't know if I was gonna have a Walden moment, since you're familiar with my fascination with Henry David Thoreau. If I was gonna go live in a cabin and do something,
Oh, right.
I've told you about this several times now.
Well,
Okay,
yeah, you talked about this guy last time.
I swear. Okay, whatever. Anyway, his thing was he went and lived in a cabin. I would
Yeah.
go play like Mario 64. I would go play 3D platforming games.
Right.
And I'm very sensitive about how good they are. And like playing this, even with like, there is like some platforming weirdness. Like it's always weird when you have to jump and there isn't a jump button. It's like the only thing that I think is wrong with Ocarina of Time, for instance. But like the platforming is scratching the itch, and I really didn't expect to find it. Like I knew I was going to be able to go up. Obviously, that's the best. Like that's the best thing for me in 3D Pokemon is like, because it was a grid. Like it was always a grid, and going up is crazy. Like I don't know. I guess people didn't agree with me as much as I thought it was crazy. But like I made a whole video about this. Like it is crazy that we can go up in Pokemon now. And like to this point, it's like they had to reinvent the system of design for that reason. And like since you can go up, like and going up is now the point. No, we're not gonna have fly Pokemon because like going up is the challenge. Going up is like
Right.
you're on the roof because you parkoured there and you
Right.
earned it, or you took one of the elevators.
There's an element, a little bit of like light puzzle platforming once you're on the rooftops of like trying to figure out how to get from one rooftop to the next, which is interesting. That's
That's my favorite part, honestly.
yeah.
The way that you just put it, like that's like the shit. Like that's the secret sauce in this game for me is like looking out on another rooftop and being like,
How do I get there?
oh shit, there's a Dratini over there.
Yeah,
what do
yeah,
I do? Like, and no, it's just like there's like prizes like that too.
Right.
Like, and it's like visual stimulation. Like I think I saw an alpha Pidgeot on another rooftop, but I couldn't figure out how to get over there. And I was like, okay, it looks like if I go up to this rooftop, make that jump, and cross this building, and there's a ladder up there. Okay, now I can, like that's what's gonna get me to Alpha Pidgeot. And it was like scritch on my brain. Like that was like it's like yes, Pokemon continuing to deliver in new and unusual ways.
And they've maintained the dodge roll in this game from Legends Arceus because wild Pokemon can still attack you, the trainer, and you, the trainer, can still feint. But the dodge roll now is a movement option, and sometimes you can get from one rooftop to another by dodge rolling. And so
Yeah, it's a tool.
It's a tool, and it's even there are like more more like condensed versions of platforming or like puzzle platforming challenges in these like construction parkour challenges, these like mini challenges on like scaffolding around Lumio City that have been created as like pretty cut and dry platforming challenges. Like the Pokemon of it is removed from these platforming challenges. These are just sort of designed and there to get you to engage with the movement in the game, and the reward for that is often some pretty good items, and then also a specific item that is sort of a currency for something that just improves ability to do a whole bunch of stuff in the game. But yeah, it was interesting that they like leaned into the platforming of it, because that's never really been a thing in a Pokemon game before.
Yeah, I mean, there was some. I mean, this is like this is groundbreaking stuff. Like literal biblical groundbreaking. We are groundbreaking on you're breaking new ground on the platforming. I don't have another word for it, but like, yeah, you could go up and you could like. I mean, I think like the freaking backwards long jump shenanigans that were happening in Scarlet and Violet is like, this is an example of this. And there are designs in those games revolving around this concept also. Mm-hmm. But like when it's as simple as like there is a Mario prize at the end of this Mario section, mm-hmm. and you need to go get up there so you can buy your Dinkeldar or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like we're in a new territory where we're like designing puzzles with movement tools in mind. Mm-hmm. And I think, I guess outside of even like a reward, I think that there is unique fun in this. Like, mm-hmm. I think we're kind of talking like a circle around that. And it's like, I just want to say like really, really intentionally that there is like, I guess, fun in a crafted experience through something that is arbitrary. And like, yes, it's arbitrary because there are Pokemon that can fly and we are familiar with flying. However, you are being gifted an experience that was crafted for you. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. It's like they say about like playing like a D&D character that has like some weakness, and you roll and you like lean into that, and it makes it like richer in the end, even though it's like, oh, why are you like, I don't know, playing as like, I don't know, somebody who's like, you're like a magician, you're like a wizard who's bad at magic or something. And it's like, well, it's an experience. Okay. Mm-hmm. Like it's a crafted novelty, mm-hmm. and Pokemon is often filled with those. Mm-hmm. Like I think that is often the point of Pokemon. Like it's like, not that it's not even like missing the point necessarily, but like, don't play like for your own sanity, do not boil Pokemon down to like, oh, it's Pokemon, I can do whatever I want. Like, mm-hmm. like I have like because Charizard exists. Like, mm-hmm. I know that's like a gross oversimplification, but like there has to be like weird, stupid Pokemon bullshit that they always do. I mean, there's always been, and this is a great one of it.
There's always been the complaint that like, couldn't I just climb up a ledge, or couldn't I just walk around the cut tree? You know, but like that's not the point.
Yeah, I don't know. Your steak could be juicier or less juicy. Whatever the saying goes. They taught me that, and I'm like trying to like say it about everything. Like, oh, yeah. your steak's too juicy, uh-huh. The lobster's too buttery. What's the problem?
So that's the movement of the game. What else do you like about ZA? What have you been vibing with about the game
fashion.
So far? The fashion. Yes.
There's some like actual critiques to be made here. I think they could have done, the fashion is very up to standard. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, it blows Scarlet and Violet out of the water.
100%.
I'm greedy and love fashion, so like kind of wish there was more. A little bit. Like I think I was hearing people like talking about, I was listening to this one person talk about like a desire for more casual clothing, like just like kind of like the stuff that they had in some of the stuff that they had in Sun and Moon. Mm-hmm. Just, I don't know, like t-shirt shit. Like,
right. So to me, it's almost like the fashion in ZA is like too like fashion and not enough just like,
I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but Yeah,
Well-
like where's like my rags? Like where's like the shit that I wear to work on a day that I'm like dreading life? Like,
Right. Yeah, there's not enough just like clothes.
yeah, let's wear something
If
raggedy.
it's all like designer.
But like for looks, it's awesome. Oh
Yeah.
my god, it's awesome. I'm like just like walking down the street and I'm like, oh yeah, like she is getting like she's going crazy right now. I'm gonna head back to the store and try it a different way. And I was specifically charmed by the hair. I think this is actually check me on this. Is this a first for Pokemon of like the like we have hyper stylized hair in this game. It made me very happy that I could like because like I have in IRL Droomish. You can see it on stream. Always be plugging. But I have like I had like red colored hair and but it's been like a couple months since I got that done. And it like faded, like it fell out blonde at the bottom. And so it's like, I don't know, like two-tony. I don't know what the words are. But then like I found that in the game. And like I feel like before this, it's like, I don't know, you have like red hair, blue hair, red
Right.
fish,
Just a-
blue fish, two fish.
Just a single
You know
color.
what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's the thing. But then I was like looking, it's like, oh my god, they have a balayage in here. Like I wonder how many Pokemon Poke posters are learning what a balayage is for the very first time. Something that I like only learned the existence of earlier this year. How beautiful is that? Because then when one of our friends, like we were like, I was like showing myself in the game, they were like, oh my god, like I'm not like saying this like loosely, like you literally made you. That customization is crazy. And I was very, very impressed with, I guess, like color add-ins for the hair. I know we're in like the these are the needles of the go-goat haystack. But this, I don't know, it just made me happy because it's also like, OMG, there I am.
Yeah, but
And,
these implementations matter and these details matter, and they're still like pros in favor of ZA, so they're worth mentioning.
Yeah. I mean, I just like, I think also like, I guess it's all like walking in the circle of, and this is maybe one of the big points in the thesis. This is a maybe what was the thing they like? This is like a secret Mousecatool for later or something, but. I think ZA really, this is like on this like this colored hair thing that I'm saying. It's like ZA, like many Pokemon games, but ZA did it specifically pretty well, in my opinion at least. That like you kind of just have to like living there. Like if you, I'm sorry, but like if you don't like having fun, I think like your problem with this game might be that you don't enjoy having fun, and then not being like that's not even like sardonic. Like you like I like. There's these cafes that you can go to, and I like just sitting down and like taking a picture where I give a peace sign next to my giant cat,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, wow, like that was awesome.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
I think we talked about this too in the Johto episode, where if you frame Johto as if it's an Animal Crossing game, then it kind of helps you like kind of see what Johto is going for. And I think it's similar with this. Like if you play an Animal Crossing game and you complain that there's nothing to do, then I fear you don't like having fun, and you might also not enjoy this game.
I think that Pokemon is still there, and it's like also a Legends game. That was one thing that was very striking to me about this also, was that I thought that Arceus lost a lot of the spirit of like what Pokemon is. Like I had a lot of trouble with the team building in Arceus, and I'm not having this problem this time. For a variety of reasons. I don't know if I'd be able to pin them down, but I just felt like my team didn't matter at all in Arceus, and I was like having trouble leveling my favorite guys outside of like, I'm just going to give you all the rare candies essentially. And at the end of the game, like I just switched to fight the final boss. I just switched my team with all legendaries, and I was like, this is a really impersonal experience, but I want the post game. So here we go. Like Pokemon is still there, very much like like to an impressive degree in ZA, but it's just so. I mean, and this is coming out of Kalos already. Like X and Y was probably before this point. I think was like for me, and I know I'm X and Y's like strongest soldier, but It's like the Pokemon game that you go and you mess around in. There are a million offerings in X and Y that don't do anything for you except let you mess around. These are like very sophisticated and complicated. Like we are researching new ways to mess around with Pokemon, and I couldn't be happier. And that is very intact in ZA. There's so much messing around to do, and just looking also that. I don't know, like, and I say this all the time too, of like, because I have to get myself out of this mindset sometimes. I don't know if this ever happens to you, but like, I have to remind myself, it's like, am I really gonna just read a book to finish it? Like, am I gonna be that big of a dumbass where I'm picking up a book specifically to be done with it, and to not live inside that book and get something new out of it, and like, I don't know, maybe even discover something about myself in that book. Obviously games are this, well, I don't know. There's like some games it's like the point is either to win or the point is to finish. Like there are games that are like that, and that's why games are a unique medium. But I think Pokemon has always been this way, at least in the game. Like we are not talking about, I don't know, this is a game like sort of has competitive, I guess, but like that's not what I'm talking about. And we don't usually talk about that anyway. Like it's like, this is the game. It's kind of, you kind of live there. I think that's so intact for ZA. That's probably my favorite thing about it. Like that's like why I like it is you can just live there.
Okay, so they not introduced because this has been in the series before, but I guess for the first, no, that's also not true because sorry, I'm going over what I'm saying a lot. So okay, historically, Pokemon's day-night cycle has been tied to the real world clock, and then I want to say in Arceus was the first time that it wasn't, right? Daytime and nighttime were like 10 minutes each, give or take.
Before Scarlet and Violet? I always forget.
Yeah. And then,
okay.
So after Legends Arceus, then Scarlet and Violet also had a day-night cycle that was like, I don't know, 10 minutes each, give or take, similar to like, like a day and night cycle in Minecraft. And ZA has something similar. Yeah, I definitely feel like during the daytime in ZA, you can just kind of like hang out and do whatever. And there's the main Pokemon thing of going to the wild zones and catching Pokemon. But I just feel like during the daytime, it's inviting to explore and then also like take a load off and like find a bench and hang out with your team or go to a cafe or whatever. I don't feel that way during the nighttime in ZA. During the nighttime, for whatever reason, something happens where I feel like I need to make the most of it. And part of that, I think, has to do with the ZA Royale. And like, I need to like, if I don't have enough points for like a challenger ticket, then I'm going to go to the ZA Royale and I'm going to do a bunch of fights until I have enough points to do that. So for whatever, this is a personal thing probably, but I just feel like I need to.
No, I get it. I've like freaked out about the night also, or it's like I'm not gonna get to fight the matchup fight if I don't make it, if I don't do this. It's like,
right, and who
cares?
Yeah, like, there is no
infinite days.
There is no rush. There is infinite days. Exactly. It's kind of like I got overwhelmed with Stardew Valley because I felt like I had too much to do and not enough time to do it, but also there was no real rush, but like for whatever reason that like paralyzed me, and then I stopped playing that game. So with ZA during the nighttime, I've found that I was like forcing myself to be productive, and I need to like work on that. But at least during the daytime, it feels very leisurely, and I especially appreciate, I think, that there are not just wild Pokemon in the wild zones. There are also catchable wild Pokemon just like around, and a lot of them are the Pokemon that you would historically think of as being like quote unquote urban, you know. So like that's where you're gonna find,
welcome surprise.
That's where your Pidgeys are. That's where your Trebishes are. Your Patrat.
Trubbish alert, haters.
Yeah.
Watch out! There's a Pokemon that looks like an object. Everyone run!
So the city feels alive. There are a lot of people wandering around, and most of them, this is a really nice touch, most of them have like a partner Pokemon with them, which I really appreciate. I really like when they pair up a random person with a Pokemon. It gives that person so much more personality, especially when they like when you talk to them, they'll like talk about their Pokemon. I really appreciate that. Like there's someone very early in ZA who's standing next to like a hedge, and they're like, "Hey, my Scyther is like trimming this hedge," and it's just them and their
That's
Scyther
awesome.
standing next to this hedge, and they're, I don't know, relatively
Stand back.
Yeah,
Watch
yeah.
out.
Yeah, watch out. Yeah, don't get caught up in my Scyther's cut. Anyway,
That just feels good though. Like, oh my god, that
yeah,
feels good
it
to
does
run
feel
into.
good. And they did I think a phenomenal job with that compared to the NPCs in a lot of other, especially modern Pokemon games that feel quite vapid and particularly NPC-ish. The characters, the NPCs in ZA have a lot more life to them. A lot of them are really like weird and funny. There's a YouTuber, the YouTube channel is Wavelengths, and the guy's name is Brendan Bigley. If you listen to the podcast Into the Aether, he's one of the co-hosts of that podcast. But he just made a video specifically about the NPCs in ZA and how weird and funny they are, and how it makes ZA feel so much more alive than other Pokemon games. So I really recommend checking out that video. But
Is that the one you sent me?
yeah, I sent you that
Did you
video.
send this to me?
I
Okay,
did.
great.
It's an excellent
Great.
video. And what's also, no disrespect, it is nice to see a Pokemon video that is positive about Pokemon from a non-Pokemon specific YouTuber. You know what I mean? Because I feel
Damn,
like
I almost made it. I almost made the threshold.
anyone who is making a video about Pokemon who isn't a mainly Pokemon creator is going to be negative about it.
You don't even have to worry about them being a Pokemon creator. Like,
And then, yeah, also
that's
Pokemon
the most
creators
fascinating.
are going to be
Yeah,
negative
like
about it.
it's like you make Pokemon videos exclusively, and they're all negative.
Right.
Why? Like, or any medium like that. It's like, oh my god.
Don't you
I
the
have
thing that you talk about most of
Yeah.
the time?
There's this guy. I have to get this. He makes Naruto videos. Like he does one every day. They are almost exclusively negative, and it like fascinates me. I am like almost enchanted by it because it's like you clearly love Naruto so much, but you hate that you love that you hate it. Like just fascinating.
There's
Perhaps
this
a cycle of hatred.
there's this argument that people who hate something actually just love it so much but they hate it because they want it to be better or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
You know
then,
that idea?
like,
But like that's
yes,
exhausting.
I do.
what
it is exhausting.
What if you just enjoyed it though?
I'm gonna die of like stress and depression and like always thinking negative thoughts about like magical pet animals. Like I'm so like that has to wear on a person after a certain point.
So
Also, I mean, like in this vein, I think that the line is always drawn. I don't know. It's felt particularly bad with this game of just like going out of your way to be like, I hate this, and I hate that you're happy. Like that's what it feels like.
Right.
Also, I'm being a little victim pilled that way, but like I don't know. I've not made a ZA video about it. I'm honestly kind of scared because I've seen what other people have like dealt with on ZA comments, and I mean, just like, I don't know. I'm tightly wound. I'm already scared of my comments. I'm like kind of scared to post about it. You're all lovely, especially if you're listening to this podcast. I know that you're a lovely commenter.
yeah, I think most of the people who listen to this podcast are more or less on a similar page as us.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you just, I'm not saying that like you have to agree or whatever. That's insane. But I also don't feel like anyone who listens to this show is like needlessly hateful, or at least I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, okay, the bottom, what I'm trying to say here, the point that I'm like meandering around is like, if you see people having fun, you are now the bad guy. If you're like, if that is a call to stop them, like, and that's I think the cycle of hatred is it's like, okay, like lots of games have that problem, but that was like the thing, like with the freaking Noah story. It was like, I just thought about that all day. I was like, what about me enjoying Black and White made him want to put me down? Why did he want to make me feel this way? Like, he didn't even get the game. I'm he looked at teasers and like he went out of his way Noah, you bastard. He went out of his way to degrade me.
That always gets me, is folks who like are very passionate about their opinion of a thing, having never actually experienced it themselves. Like have an opinion of something that you haven't experienced, but like I don't know, you don't really have anything to back it up, really.
I know. Oh my God, it was so funny because like, I saw this on somebody else's comments. They were like arguing about ZA, and someone bringing to the point is like, have you played it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't sound like you've played it. Mm-hmm. And then this person goes back and it's like, oh, okay, you're like $60 carding me. And I was like, okay, I don't think we have to do wealth discourse about this. Also, I don't think we need to just it's not even about that. It's about thinking it's cute or thinking it's not. Like, I'm at my wit's end with you people of saying like, actually, you're $60 shaming me right now because I don't know. That's like we honestly like. We could do. I guess it would probably have to. I mean, it would still be about Pokemon, but it's like I could do a whole episode about that, of like the way that Pokemon gets reviewed. Like it's like independent of this. Also, like, you know, I've heard some just prolific authors who have never even played the game, like, and writing me pages and pages. I'm kind of just like molding at this point, but it is like absurd to the point of like, what's going on? What's like, what happened? How did the cycle of hatred happen?
Yeah, I think if you look at it and if you see reviews of it or whatever and you decide that you don't want it, don't get it, that's fine. That's up to you. And if you're basing your opinion if you want to like be included, I guess, in if you want to just share your opinion of the thing for the sake of sharing it because you want to be included or you want to feel right or seen or whatever. I don't know. To me, especially if you haven't played it already.
Yeah, don't be weird.
It's not valuable.
Don't be weird.
Like have your opinion.
Stimulate your brain.
Have your opinion and choose to not buy it, and that's fine. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm making any sense either. Probably not. Because I have some. We've been largely positive so far, but I have some complaints about CA.
I'm just so like, I'm trying to be better about this, and I guess that was like kind of one of the main exercises of my channel in general was just like, I am such a like 1-10, like either a 1 or 10
sure.
girly. Like,
right.
I've said this before. Is like like I struggle to not like play a game and be like, that sucked. 1. That's the entire review.
Yep.
That was pretty fun. 10.
Yeah.
Like yeah, like that was pretty fun. And so like I'm in like that, and because I don't even feel like I feel like I barely scratched the surface of it, and I'm like my consensus so far is like, that's pretty fun. 10. Like
yeah.
So but you're gonna say something right now that's really gonna make me be like, yeah, okay, yeah, I mean, like that is a good point. Maybe it is a 1.
Maybe, or you could wholeheartedly disagree. My biggest complaint about the game is its story, and I don't feel like
I wholeheartedly disagree. So sorry.
I don't feel like it's compelling. I find it very boring, and I like a lot of the character designs, but I find most of them. I like gave them. I think I gave them like 10 hours of reading all of the dialogue, and I just finally had enough, and I just started skipping everything for basically every character, save some moments that I'm not even remotely going to get into because major spoilers. But for the most part, yeah, I found the beginning of the game quite slow, and I found it like holds you back for too long from exploring, longer even than Arceus. And that's one of my biggest complaints about Arceus, is that it like holds your hand for the first hour of the game before it finally
was long,
sets you free. And ZA is even longer, but like it's like you think you're free, and then it goes you thought that you could go this way and explore. Nay. You have to learn about how the ZA Royale works. You have to
That's
learn about
Kalos.
how mega evolution works and so on. So that was like, I never want to replay the story of this game. I'm happy to be in the post game of this game, and like I'm excited to like work on my Pokedex and stuff. But playing through the story of it was very, I would say, utilitarian for me. Of just like, I just want this.
Damn.
I want this to.
I mean, that's
I want this to kind of just be over with.
That's like.
It had its
I feel
moments. It had its moments, and I really like a lot of the character designs.
I am floored by the description of utilitarian, because that's like worse than saying it was bad. That's worse than saying you hated it to me. Like, that's a lethal description of a story, because that's the thing. Is like I just said about like the book, and it's like if you had that experience with a book, like damn,
Right.
you hated it.
I was just doing it to
hated it.
say it was done, to roll credits.
Yeah.
And get but separate the story. Mechanically, I love the game. Playing it, you know,
I mean, you kind of get to make your own stories.
Yeah, 100%. Being the Pokemon trainer in the world, it is very immersive, and so I love it for that. I do enjoy the side quests, believe it or not. I think the side quests are very fun. Not all of them.
That has been a standout for me. I like them a lot. Of just like,
some of them are
hey,
like,
asshole, like fix our shit, and it's really complicated or weird or something.
some of them are a little like bland, maybe cut and dry. Some of them, you know, you rock up to a person and they say battle me, and you do, and that's fine because it's a trainer battle and whatever. Some of them are really like funny. Like, have you encountered any of the Kalos starters through side quests?
I have not. I just
Okay.
trying to think of a good side quest that I did.
I will not say anything else.
Well, I guess sneak peek on a Droomish video that I'm about to do something about the art and the art of this game, the in-world art, not like the key art or anything.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
The art that you as a person get to experience, that has been
Right.
one of the high points of this also.
100%. Yeah. Did you go to the museum?
Well, so I just went to the museum, and like the first person I talked to was like, "Hey, we let all our bugs loose in the museum."
The Spupa side quest. That's a highlight. I'm glad you did that one. Okay, awesome.
I'm just like I was like the blinking guy in that, because they were like, "Hey, we let all our bugs out. Can you help us?
Can you go get
like,
them?
Oh, okay, sure." That's what I do in Pokemon games.
I love.
I mean, it's such like an earnest plea. Like it's played completely straight of like we're so sorry. Like, it's an art museum and we let all our bugs out. Please help. Like, they're gonna ruin the art.
Pokemon
like,
Legends
that's
ZA
true.
is full of bugs. I love that they made this whole museum, and just to make sure that you took the time to look through it, they forced this like hide and seek side quest on you. But it is a really good side quest, and it's very funny, and they put this Spupa in a lot of cute places. But the museum itself is incredible. It's some of the best like continuity in the series.
Yeah, just leave it at that, please. I know it's gonna be fantastic, but I didn't go in there, and like I was like,
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
No, I went in the front door, and I like got the bugs thing, and I kind of like glanced around. I was like, this is gonna be the best. Like, holy shit, this is gonna be the best part of the game for me.
Okay,
like,
cool. Yeah, you're
I'm
gonna
so
love
excited. I was like my now that we're talking about it, my literal plans for tomorrow, like I'm taking like an in quotes lazy day. I was just going to meander the museum and take notes, because like
That's
I'm
awesome.
going to I'm going to document how I feel about it and probably record, but like I know that museum is peak. I have not I've only been I went in the lobby because I was like, is this the right place? And I got the bug quest. I was like, yeah, this is the right place.
But even from the very beginning of the game, like you get off the train to enter Lumiose.
Oh my
and,
god.
like, in the
it's
train
so good.
station, there's a bunch of posters and like ads and stuff.
I mean, I like sent you a picture of that like
Yeah.
immediately. Like, and I mean, and it's like it's something beyond a tutorial area. It's like a loading zone almost when you get off of this train to get into Lumiose. But I was captivated. I couldn't leave. I was just walking around. And I think it is one of the most powerful things that a world can do for beyond world building. Like this, I think just speaks to the quality of the design of the game. honestly, is any world that has art inside of the art, because the game is art, and now there is art inside of the art that is like meta art that the characters are interacting with, I think is the sign of the highest art that a world can possibly provide. I think that it's like a rare delicacy in a role-playing game where there is something created within the lens of the world. Like there's like an artist or something, and you get to see the thing that they created through the lens of the character. And it's not like key art. Like key art is meta. Like the box of the game, the box art of the game is like technically, even though it's like a picture, it's like it's meta. But this is like the art that is being consumed by the people who live in this world. It's the most immersive thing to me. It is the most immersive thing to me.
And for the player, there's a lot of nuggets and Easter eggs, especially if you're dedicated and you've been playing these games for years. Like it's proof that they're still thinking about the older Pokemon fan. Because a lot of these artworks or whatever in ZA's Lumiose do, what's the word I'm looking for?
An homage?
Yeah.
Reference?
There's a specific word. I don't remember it. Anyway,
they're paying their respects for sure. I think that
they pander. There's fan service.
I'm pandered. I'm pandered. I'm so
I am
pandered.
also pandered. They're pandering to the older Pokemon fans.
I'm so happy
through a lot of these, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I got off the train station. I just looked at all the posters. I was like, there's an ad in here. There's just art. Or maybe these are all ads, but like one of them is for a TV show. One of them is for a product. One of them seems to be for like some pet supply thing. And then after I left to the point that you're saying, I left the train station and I took one step to the right and I was at a bus stop or something. And there was a poster of the gym leader, Valerie, who is, she's the fairy type gym leader in Kalos.
But she's like modeling for something?
Yeah, she's modeling for something. I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure this means that you and at least most of the gym leaders are not going to be in this game. However, like, I am just over the moon seeing this poster because it's like, I don't know, they're like glimpses, snapshots of a world. Like, this is a real world because you are just some bum in you're just some bum in Lumiose, and like, hey, there's a model that like real ones know, but it's just like these are the passing ships of the Pokemon world.
So there are characters in ZA who existed in X and Y who have now come back. They've aged up, I guess, specifically in the case of Emma in particular, but like AZ is back and AZ is running the hotel. Emma is back. She's a detective. Mabel is back and she is a Pokemon researcher.
Everybody's favorite character, Mabel.
Yeah, that everyone
knows her
sure.
really well.
Yeah, definitely not Zero Sick.
I'm like a freak and actually was like, oh my god, Mabel's gonna be here. Yeah. Like when I saw that, because I'm a freak about X and Y. It's like one of the Team Flare girlies, they didn't get anything. This is so good.
Yeah, it is very good. They chose good characters, I guess, to not even make cameos because they're pretty major characters in ZA. But there are a handful of other mentions, or even if it isn't explicit, like you said that there was like a poster of Valerie, there are like mentions of characters not by name, but just like if you know type shit.
Yeah.
in like all over ZA for characters in the past. Actually there are some I guess like photos, I guess. Like did you go in the laboratory of the Pokemon Research Lab?
Her two gay dads. Yeah, I was all about that. Oh wait, no, I'm talking about Emma. Like, yeah, Emma has her dads on display, and I was like, wow, this is awesome.
In the detective agency, but also in the Pokemon Research Lab, in there's a photo. Have you seen that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've been in there. I've been like, I don't know, I'm like sniffing the walls in there, and I don't know what you're talking about. I'll go look.
Yeah.
Not right now, but
I mean, this isn't a spoiler. Do
you want me to look right now?
If you want to. Yeah. Something that was very nice to me. So my favorite Pokemon, both of my favorite Pokemon, Lantern and Lapras, are not in this game. But
Bastards.
To my surprise, to my delight, when I went into the Pokemon research lab, they have these sciencey computer monitors, and they have Lantern. It is like the Pokemon that's like being displayed, I guess, on this monitor, which I just appreciated. I was like, weird choice for Lantern to be like featured in this way, especially when it isn't available in this game, but like I'll take it. And for a second, before I knew that Lantern wasn't in this game, I was like, does this mean Mega Lantern is a thing? And I don't know, maybe we'll see in Mega Dimension, probably not, but regardless, that was just a pleasant surprise. But there is a photo on that same floor in the Pokemon research lab, I guess, of a character.
Okay, what is it? Just stop teasing me.
Okay,
what is it?
It's a photo of Sycamore, and he looks
I'm pretty sure it was Sycamore. Does he look really like sexy in it or whatever?
Of course he does. He's Sycamore. When doesn't he?
All right, whatever. But okay. It's not like, is it aged up?
No, no. I think it's a photo of him like in the past, which would be 5 years ago.
I mean, and I did. She like talked to me, and she was like, my predecessor left me this mission. I was like, oh,
yeah.
Like
I know who that is.
Yeah, I know who that is. Oh my God. Like I've had like a couple of those. Like when they talk like that, and it's like, I don't know, I'm such like a deep Pokemon fan, I guess. But like Lita talking about this great dancer that she's trying to be like, and I'm like,
yes, the great dancer.
Yes,
I was like, oh,
the great dancer. Oh, thank God. Oh,
tell me more about this great dancer.
He's being paid respects. He's being the best character in Pokemon is being paid his respects finally.
Yeah. Believe it or not, a complaint that I've seen about ZA has been that there are not enough like actual characters in ZA, and I kind of like the mystique of them kind of like holding back and not kind of using a lot of characters from X and Y in ZA. I think they're like the characters that they choose to use in ZA that existed in X and Y barely existed in X and Y, and so they basically get to become actual characters for the first time. Like AZ has his moment in X and Y at the end of the game, but you don't spend a ton of time with him at all. You learn about his history, but like you don't really you don't.
This was sorry. I have a question, but
sure. All I was going to say is like you don't get really to know him as a character as an individual, I guess. I don't know. And then same thing with Emma and same thing with Mabel is like you learn, you just get more time with them because they're more prominent characters in this game, but they have a chance to show who they are a lot more than just like and then like an admin of the evil team and then like a post game. I didn't even do the post game in X and Y back in the day, so like I don't even remember Emma from that, but I should, especially now.
Yeah, what the hell, man?
I know.
That's crazy.
I just never did it. I don't know why. There's no reason. I think I might not have even known that it existed, and then once I found out that it existed, then I just never did it.
You're like, yeah, I get that. It's pretty good, but
yeah, I'll go back and do it now for sure.
Something I don't know. And I like, okay, this is not my question, but just like you're making me think of this. The other day I was just like waxing because I'm like just like saying whatever comes to my mind like right now. But I was doing this on stream and I was like, gee, and I was like kind of joking. I was like, gee, I sure hope Lysander is in this game. And somebody's like, no, girl, he died. And I was like, what? He died? He died. That's still so crazy to me that he died. Like,
yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
All right, R.I.P. Lysander. I don't think he's gonna be in ZA.
R.I.P. He went.
Right.
He went kaboom.
But my actual question.
5 big booms for Lysander. Sorry, I couldn't help it.
In this vein of like X and Y callbacks, X and Y characters. I mean, you finished it, and I think you can answer this without crazy spoilers. But I mean, I think it's the big question of this game. Like Arceus did not have the pressure on it that this game, at least for me, this game Arceus did not have the pressure on it that this game does because we had Platinum, and Platinum was satisfactory. Platinum like I don't know. Maybe it would be like kind of another gross oversimplification, but it's like Platinum fixes the problems that I have with Gen 4 and the Sinnoh region. Like Platinum is super, super worth it. But X and Y did not get that treatment. And I think it is like, I still think it is very intentional that they kind of like maybe sort of softballed their first Legends. And then like the one of the big purposes of the Legends series was like, I mean, we're going to do like a new gameplay thing, of course, but like one of the things that we have to do with it, we have to fix, and like big air quotes on that, well, we have to fix X and Y because X and Y never got that treatment. Do you think that this is like a satisfactory legacy for X and Y? That is like one of the things that I'm worried about with the game, because it's like, it's nice to be in Lumiose, but like there was a lot that needed to be told to us in X and Y that seemed to be like tabled for whatever reason because of the Z version. Like, does this do the Z version? Like, is this satisfactory?
I think it's really hard to say because this, I think I'm safe to say that this game features Zygarde. I don't think that would surprise anybody.
I think that sounds safe to me. I'm pretty sure Zygarde is in the game.
So like in that respect, it satisfies the Z thing where X and Y had Zygarde like hidden in this cave, and like you very easily could have missed it. It was never mentioned in the story of X and Y really. And instead, because of that, because Pokemon Z never happened, they shoehorned a lot of the Zygarde ideas into Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So with this game, with Zygarde, sure, it does. But like, I don't know if it is, it's because it's an amount of time after the events versus like the third version. It feels more like a Johto game to a Kanto game, or a Black 2 White 2 to Black and White, just because there's an amount of time that has elapsed since, and this is even the most amount of time that has elapsed between two different Pokemon games, and then gameplay wise, they're so different that it's hard for me to compare them in that respect. So I don't know. I know that from like the Giga Leaks or whatever, that they had plans for Z that never came to fruition because they were working on other games. And I'm sure there are ideas from that time that made it into ZA, but I also think that ZA is largely like a new game that maybe wasn't. I don't think this has been a game that has been like on the shelf for a decade, right? I think this is this is a new idea that probably they borrowed some of what they had back in the day for this.
I don't think it certainly doesn't feel like that either to me, but like I do think that this is like it certainly feels like unfinished business maybe, because like
I definitely think they're trying to like tie up some loose ends.
Yeah,
a bit, but also open new ones.
Zygarde always had a story to tell. Like clearly, Zygarde had something. They were cooking up something crazy with Zygarde that they never got to do. And like, I know just from Zygarde being like the box Pokemon essentially, like it's like Legends ZA and the Z is all green like Zygarde is. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get that Zygarde Pokemon or that Zygarde story, and I'm gonna get to see like whatever its special power is that the Pokédex talked about that. They never actually did the thing with. But like, I agree that it's really like that's a really difficult question to answer. Just like yeah, is this a proper legacy for X and Y? Just with that weird wrinkle, because I mean they're unique in that way. That is the only game that did not have some sort of follow up that like delivered on, I guess, kind of like the lurking legends of the world. Every other game has had that, whether it be DLC or a third version, or a sequel bonus versions, whatever.
Right. Like Sword and Shield had the dogs and then Eternatus, and it like it wrapped up, or at least like incorporated those Pokemon in a way that like felt finished. But Zygarde always felt like an afterthought. Same thing with Scarlet and Violet with Koraidon and Miraidon. I mean, those two in particular like are exceptionally integrated into the entire playthrough. You have them from the very beginning.
I mean,
so
and that one's so finished by the DLC
Yeah.
of those games.
But even
Like,
even Scarlet and
everything
Violet
gets explained.
even Scarlet and Violet like almost learned from the mistake a little bit of like both Zygarde and even a little bit Eternatus, because Eternatus feels a little shoehorned and just kind of like out of nowhere a little bit. So Scarlet and Violet didn't even have the third legendary like at all, right? Instead they had other DLCs that were like tailored to specific legendaries, which Sword and Shield also did. But they didn't have like the third one, like the Rayquaza to the Groudon and the Kyogre. They didn't have that third one, which I almost feel like is something that they're going to continue going forward. Is the last great third Pokemon to me was Necrozma, because they did a lot with Necrozma in Sun and Moon, and then
It really was so good.
in the Ultra games they gave it like extra special treatment by giving it Ultra Necrozma, which was outrageous.
In my heart of hearts, Terrapagos is like one of the most goated third Pokemon. I don't care if it isn't. I don't care if it is
Sure.
if it isn't, but like in the story that they created, like I'm like that's a good third Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Like it worked. Like that works for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess Terrapagos, I'm just thinking about how I would categorize them now, I suppose, but to me, like,
I know it's
Cubfu and
they've gone off
Urshifu,
script.
we're going on a tangent. Cubfu and Urshifu,
I mean, they're going on a tangent.
Calyrex and the horses, Ogerpon, like what is Ogerpon?
It's a tangent. Like all this stuff is tangents, but like
Right.
that's why it was like impressive that like the end of the Indigo Disc, it like let's go back to Area
tied
Zero.
back.
And
Sure, that's a good point.
Like that's just I think that specific DLC is impressive because they're like, hey, like let's actually get some answers.
Right.
On like those couple of times.
That's a very good point.
It's like actually very satisfying. And that's why I brought it up also.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm assuming this is going to do like what I needed it to do for X and Y, but I do think I'm probably just inevitably going to end up unsatisfied this way because like, I mean, this is like one of those things that like I still take like, I don't know, like sad cold showers about, like just lamenting the story that I never got. Okay,
Right.
I mean like it's like, for me it's Z version and the Archie Sonic comics. I'm just like I will sit in the shower and be like, oh, the
What could have
world that I
been?
never got to I like the world that I never got to experience. What could have been? And so like I pinned a lot of hope on this game of like Kalos will be finished.
Mm-hmm.
Like I will get told that story.
Yeah, I would be very interested to see after you finish this game what you think. So I'm assuming at some point we'll circle
Kalos
back
is
after
bravest warrior.
after it's been long enough. We'll get your final thoughts on this game.
Yeah, in the opening section.
Mm-hmm.
I guess okay, but really all that we've got here, I suppose, unless you have any more likes or dislikes. But I feel like we kind of hit most of it. I mean, I guess lightning round, megas, good, bad.
Yeah, to me, there's more like superficial stuff like that. Like, most of the new megas are cool. Actually, there are two new megas in particular that are two of my new favorites, I would have to say. So largely I think they're all
Okay, cool.
solid.
Yeah, because I see them, I'm like, oh, fun. Like I think some of those things like it is acceptable because like I look at some of them, like I've seen the ones that I looked at, I was like, oh, like you're fun, and that's all it is.
And then I have to complain, I think, about the way that they're distributing the Megastones for the fully evolved Kalos starters, because anyone
it's
anyone
pretty
who gets the
buns.
game after just like a couple days from now will be
Wait,
locked
that's in
out
a couple days.
Yeah, so you gotta get Mega Grident. You gotta get to rank K at least in the ZA Royale online.
Oh God,
Hang on, let me find the exact date.
am I gonna have to hammer that out this weekend? Oh my God.
So you don't have to beat the game in order to do that. Like you can still.
Okay.
I think as long as you have at least one Pokemon that can Mega, then you can get to rank K. I'm just trying to find what day that round finishes. But actually doing the ZA online, I don't love the game mode. I mean, it's definitely like it's a spin-off game
Yeah.
mode. I don't know.
It
I don't
looks
know what to
interesting.
expect.
It's not going to change my life. I get that.
No. And I mean, you can. So, like, there are already people who are like developing a meta basically for the for the ranked mode in this game.
I
That's
have read fascinating like developments on that scene of like
Yeah.
Mega Metagross, Mega Gardevoir, like how to min max.
Yeah.
Just always interesting. That is always interesting.
Oh wow, this is a lot sooner. This season ends
Oh God.
tomorrow night, midnight UTC.
That's gonna be like before the episode even
That's
comes
gonna be
out.
so yeah. By the time this episode comes out, season 1
Dear
will already
God.
have ended, which is actually a huge bummer. So this season only existed for like 2 weeks. That's
Okay, I guess I know what I'm doing tonight.
Sure, yeah. So you just have to reach at least rank K. It took me less than an hour, for what it's worth.
Okay, cool. Okay.
But that
All right.
but it's annoying
Crisis
to me.
averted.
It's annoying to
It's
me.
very
that
annoying.
They're
It's so
basically
annoying.
treating this as like an early purchase thing, where like you're going to be locked out of Mega Greninja if you don't buy the game before a certain time, which is just them being greedy. And so when I scroll to the top of Cerebi.net here, yeah, season 2, by the time you're hearing this episode, season 2 is going to begin November 6th and happen until November 26th. And that's to get Delphox's Megastone, I believe. During the season, you will get the Greninja at rank Y. Oh, that's good. I have good news.
Hey, that's pretty great news.
The
Let's do it.
details have now been updated. During the season, you will get the Greninja at rank Y and the Delphoxite at rank S. That's even better than having to get to rank K right now. So never mind.
Oh wait, it just continues. Like Greninja gets just bumped down.
Yeah, you will get the Greninja at rank Y. This is according to Cerebi.net during season 2. So I guess like it was an early.
Wow, we spoke too soon.
We did speak too soon. That's surprisingly a dub.
It's like live update.
Live
like
update?
live
Live,
Petalburg Woods reaction.
Live like changing my mind about this whole thing in media res. I mean that is good news.
Is it
because-
in media res? That doesn't matter, but
Yeah, it's happening.
Whatever.
It's happening as we're doing it. Is that not how that works?
I thought it was like whatever. Just
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah, we'll put a pin in that. We'll get back to that. Anyway, I mean, that was going to be my complaint. Primarily, was that these were time-sensitive things. But if they're not going to be, then that's good.
Yeah. Hey, that's just good.
I'm just not crazy about the mode itself.
I guess then more holistically as we close, because a new game came out. I think it's fun to just celebrate a new game. It's not even a question. Like the cycle of hatred is alive and well with this game. I guess that one unique point of fascination here, which I haven't like, I guess I probably could have like sat on a little bit longer, but like we're talking about it right now, is that like this is a series now. I think that's pretty interesting. And like soon we're gonna have like Arceus truthers about legends of like similar to the Gen 1ers of old, if you were around in those trying times. We're gonna have like Legends Arceus truthers, like 3 Legends games down the road, and saying like they don't make them like they used to. They don't make them like they used to make Arceus. I guess I don't know. Do we have like? I honestly don't, but like if there's like any outlook on this as a series, but I guess it's just noteworthy to me that like, yeah, Legends is a series. Like we always knew that was going to be the case, but like Legends is a series, and there's justification here to do like the series long comparisons the same way that Pokemon always has been. I do fully think that this one is better. Like I fully feel like it's a step up. To me at least, I'm just having more fun. So
I feel like neither is better or worse right now. I feel like they're different. That's all.
the wise centrist, but I get that. I totally get that.
The biggest thing that Arceus did for me was just, I think, its areas being open. Once that game finally like lets you free of the beginning tutorial part of it, there was really nothing like the beginning of Arceus, and just like particularly getting to like just like the discovery, and like also in universe, like your character. I guess they're from the future, so they have in universe like a better understanding of Pokemon, but still like you are part of like creating the first Pokedex, and you're like helping the characters around you like discover and better understand Pokemon. So that conceit and that lens through which Arceus is like told is like really powerful to me, and makes it compelling in that in and of itself. Unfortunately, the dialogue doesn't lend itself to that a ton, but at least just like the act and the framing of it does, which is nice. But the biggest thing about Arceus again is that I just appreciate how like open it is, versus I had mentioned earlier with ZA the Wild Zones and how like the spawns for Pokemon are pretty choreographed. I think it's not better or worse, but it is different, and preference, like just a personal preference, I like it less than the way spawns happen in Arceus and even in like Scarlet and Violet. But I don't know. I could also see someone appreciating, again, knowing what to expect with where most Pokemon appear in a zone. But like in the very first area of ZA that you get to go to, there's like always a Pichu in the same spot. There's always one
Love that
Pichu,
Pichu.
right?
Love that Pichu to
And so
death.
it's you can expect, like, if you need a Pichu, you know exactly where it is. Versus in Arceus, like, you have an idea of where an area where Pichu could spawn, and you would just have to like cycle spawns a few times until eventually one shows up. And so like it is better for like your time in ZA that you know exactly where one Pichu is and you can just go and get it, assuming you don't make it run away. But it kind of, I don't know, it just feels more mechanical, maybe. There's something about it that just like, these aren't, even though these are called wild zones or whatever, like this isn't the wild the way that it is in Arceus. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I felt very similarly to it. Now that I've had this experience, now that I'm a New York girly, if you will, it was like it was like very much was like a park in New York, and I
Yes.
assume that there's something similar happening in Paris,
Right.
like for real. Because there was like, I mean, it's like this like super bustling town, and this is like this is my experience literally walking around there. It's like, oh my god, like I am in this is the urban heart, and then suddenly I'm in like not the woods, but like I don't know, like I don't even know what to describe it like on that lens. It's like the wild zones in Legend ZA of these kind of pockets of nature, but you can see urban development so closely and so clearly, and it's not rugged in any way. Like there's not like vines growing everywhere. It's just like a park. I guess they're parks. They're parks. They're the wild zones. Almost to me, I am up to the 10th one. I think pretty universally feel like parks. Even like the weird, like there's like one that's in like a cemetery, and I'm like, okay, park with a theme. Like that's all that
Yeah.
occurs to me.
A lot of them are parks. Some of them are like seemingly like abandoned streets, or even if they're not abandoned, some of them take over like places where like businesses are still active. Like there are some wild zones where like there will be a cafe that is open still within the wild zone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I thought that was really cool. And there's like there's like one girl that like solidified that for me. She's like, I put my cart here because I like giving food to Pokemon too. And I was okay. Yeah, you sold me. I get it. This is fun.
Yeah, there's some characters in game who are pro wild zones, and then there are other characters who are against it. They're like, I don't want Pokemon to be in Lumio City. I think they should be in the wild. I don't want.
I think they should die.
I don't want this integration.
Whoa.
So that's interesting. That
there's like discourse in game.
Yeah, in game, the NPCs have takes on the wild zones.
Oh god, not more
popping up.
takes. I can't take it anymore.
I mean, I like those takes because they're in game and they make
takes
the
in
game feel richer.
Are good. Now that we like actually have like gone through this, I think it would have been like a pretty grim and upsetting and maybe also shallow episode, like if we had just talked about this. But like, as is always the case, and I guess this is like closing subject, I suppose, is like I do not think that people hate this game I think that people hate Pokemon when it comes out primarily.
Yeah.
Not even that it's like popular thing to do. It's just like when Pokemon comes out, there's just like it has to be bad.
Yeah.
And I don't. And it's like our resident hater was not available for the shooting of this episode, but she had much to say in prior. But
Yeah, when we get Lou on, we're definitely going to make some time for Lou to talk about her ZA experience.
yeah, I just like I guess I'm just like it's not I never want to write off criticism, but Pokemon criticism is so, especially when a new one comes out,
Right.
and it's like I feel like I've heard this before.
So,
and we weren't saying like there's a cycle. Like there's like
Yeah.
like
Well, I think
it's so odd.
people will pick, and again, this is often people who don't play the games even, but they'll pick a scapegoat. Going as far back as Black and White, they'll pick Trubbish and the ice cream Pokemon as the scapegoat, as the thing to latch onto. Sword and Shield had the tree.
The tree did
Yeah.
innumerable damage to me. Also, like I fell for the tree for a while. I was like, "What the hell is this?" Like,
And
and I'm
also-
like 16.
So, but the thing about here, okay, so to me, there are valid critiques and there are completely overblown critiques. The tree, to me, is an overblown critique. And you might agree or disagree with this. To me, the Dexit complaints were a valid critique. To me, Dexit should never have happened. But like for a mainline Pokemon game, even if you can't catch a Pidgey in a game, I should still be able to transfer a Pidgey into the game. But that's
I like okay, I think that one is so valid because like the context. That's I mean like obviously like most things actually the context is really important, and
who'da
it was
thunk?
very yeah I know isn't that crazy when
That is
we're
crazy.
when we're analyzing things, but it was very clear at the time that they like it wasn't like guilt or shame. They knew it was something that they needed to hide like
Yeah.
for as long as possible, and they kind of got cornered. I remember the interview where they got cornered about it, and that was when it happened. Like they couldn't keep that secret any longer, and it's like for something like that, and it's like I don't really care what it is, but it's like if you feel like a facet of your design has to be kept secret, then yes, there is something happening that is like people absolutely have a right to at least question in that way. So like, but in the lens that you're saying, like yeah, I think that it's valid completely.
I've seen a lot of, I would argue, like invalid and boring complaints about ZA, about like the windows and the textures or whatever.
The windows. That's like
The windows are the new
that's
Sword
the
and
new
Shield
tree.
trees. Yeah.
yeah.
Even though Trubbish is in this game, the windows are the new Trubbish. Here's the thing.
The megas are the new Trubbish. I've heard like so much.
Right. Yeah. Mega Dragonite.
Plenty of mega. Oh my god, yeah, like the Mega Dragonite, the Mega Raichu Y, and it's like
right. Why are the
my
wings
favorite
on its
Pokemon,
head?
Mega Raichu Y,
I love Mega Raichu Y so much.
right up there with Vanillux and the Minnesota Vikings.
I love Mega Raichu Y even more than Vanillux and the Minnesota Vikings. It's unreal. What was I saying? I don't remember. Yeah.
the validity of these complaints.
I wish people would engage with this shit, like, and talk about like the mechanics of a game, or talk about like the story or the writing. To me, but mostly to me, mechanics are like Pokemon lives and dies by its mechanics, and also it's, believe it or not, Pokemon. And I understand there's like complaints about whether or not you like the design of the guys or not. But I guess what I mean by that is feeling as if this world is believable and immersive. And to me, ZA is that. It lets you be a trainer. It lets you exist in this space, and it feels authentic. The environment and the surrounding characters lend themselves to that immersion so much. So I don't know. To me, like,
and
the more I don't know, low hanging, scapegoat, superficial complaints are just not interesting. To me, like, if you're gonna complain
Damn.
about something,
It's not even interesting. That's crazy. Like that's like that's more lethal than the utilitarian comment. Your criticism is not interesting.
and it's
That's a banger. Like
thanks.
it just is. I think that's a very apt way of putting it. Of like, because like criticism, the analysis doesn't have to be interesting, or like it doesn't seem like it has to be interesting. But for media, I think it kind of has to be.
Right.
Like
Like,
to function as meaningful, valid analysis has to be interesting. Of like, that's a good point. That was a look inside of your. That was a look inside your soul, for instance. And a complaint about the windows is not. That is not a look inside your soul.
like,
Much more than it is maybe a parroted comment from a YouTuber.
and I think another thing about the Windows and the whole Pokemon being the largest grossing IP of all time, of it all, the thing that we've heard a billion times at this point on every video and every podcast.
Yeah, like
and
I gotta be real. I just like Pokemon. Like it's not that deep. Like
yeah,
I like in response to that, I'm like, yeah, like whatever, man.
right. I think I've heard it so much at this point that it has lost. I think its original, like the reason that like statistic was originally brought to light and like used at the beginning of a video essay or something has like lost its purpose and has just instead become this, like, I don't know, like a buzzword or whatever. I think if you don't already know, like, Game Freak is under this very tight deadline by the higher ups at the Pokemon Company, and the higher ups at Game Freak are probably also in on this, but at least like the regular folks making the game are under a very tight deadline, and they do not have the time, and they're also not hiring extra people to make these games in a way that people are somehow expecting them to be. So I think it's unfortunately, like, again, if you don't like it, don't buy them. But I don't think people can keep complaining about the way that these games look, because it's not. This is just how Pokemon games look, I fear. This is not going to change.
Pokemon is always like Charmander always looked that way. Like
yeah, Pokemon has not ever. It's not going to get the. I think best case scenario, honestly, and potentially realistically, could be like an HD 2D situation for like a remake of a Pokemon game. I think is the closest we could ever get to like a Pokemon game looking the way that like people would want it to look.
The Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Like the pixel remasters.
Yes, those.
That could be pretty cool.
And like Octopath games, or like close to that, maybe not with as nice lighting or whatever, but I think that's like instead of BDSP being chibi, if they instead like maintained the pixel thing, but like were the HD 2D version of that, I think like that could be, or like even if they did the Link's Awakening or the Zelda Echoes of Wisdom thing and like did that style but made it look nice.
That's really in right now. That's really chic.
But I don't think that's going to happen either. I think even that is like a lofty aspiration. I think these games, like they're going to look quote unquote bad, but that is also just what Pokemon games are, and that's what they're going to look like. And I also don't think they even look that bad. I don't know.
I'll say something crazy. Yeah. I think real life looks bad. I think that all the time. Like it's like I think about this lens and I'm like, damn, you look like shit. Like like I don't. It's like I don't know. Like that's not like. I have gone on a severe mental pilgrimage with the whole I'm surrounded by beauty thing. But like I do think sometimes it's like it like doesn't impair that. Like there's like moments of beauty, but like I don't even know what we're looking for when we say that like stuff. Like I mean, there's like standards of art and such. Mm-hmm. I guess there can be like disparity between two things. Like this thing is really really polished, and there's something nearby it that like kind of looks blurry, and that's like weird. Like that's disparity. But I'm trying to say I don't even know what that means when people say like looks good. Like I think like looks like real life maybe, or is like ultra crispy or smooth or like watery or something. And like my immediate jump is like, okay, so like what it looks like outside. And then I like, sometimes I like, I don't know, go look at certain places. And I'm like, and you know, this is like, I guess perhaps an environmental critique of outside. And I'm like, damn, you suck. I wish I was looking at Pokemon right now. Like, or any number of stylized art games. I know that might sound a little like counter to the surrounded by beauty thing, but like, what I mean, because I'm not in this camp, but it's like I'm just thinking, it's like, what the hell does looks good even mean?
Right. The best I can possibly come up with has to do with like fidelity, and like you had said, like how like crisp does it do images look?
Sure, crispiness. I love a good crispy image.
I don't think I certainly I can't imagine anyone realistically is hoping for Pokemon games to appear realistic. Like,
yeah, that movie was really good.
Like I'm like, hopefully, no, not even like Detective Pikachu. I surely to God, so people aren't hoping for the next Pokemon game to look like the newest Battlefield. You know what I mean? But so, I do think at least the critique has to do with like the fidelity of it and like the edges of it. And listen, they're not known necessarily for like optimizing their games particularly well. Scarlet and Violet is like the crown jewel of that example. And so if making the Windows PNGs makes the game run at 60 frames, yeah, dude, I'm going to take the nice running game over like thousands of windows that I can look into that I'm probably not going to look into anyway. Like it's irrelevant. I don't know. I would much rather, and I'm happy to report that on the Switch 1, ZA runs great. I assume you've been playing.
I know. I
can't
believe it. Maybe not to our point saying I can't believe it, but I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. Like, I'm just playing it handheld.
At least after what happened with Scarlet and Violet, it is at least nice that ZA is running, because it was a little bit of a concern, especially with both versions coming out for Switch 2 and Switch 1, that like, what if the Switch 1 version is just the game, but it runs like shit? And then the Switch 2 version, it runs like normal. At least
very overclocked.
At least on Switch 1, it runs and like runs normally. Nice. It runs as normally as like any other Switch game, basically, which is the bare minimum. But I don't know. At least after Scarlet and Violet, it's like, I'm glad they figured that out. Maybe
this is just inevitable with anything that has gone on this long. Like I'm trying to think. It's like, why is this happening? Why is this happening? But there's just like, I don't know. You remember what you had as a kid. It was really, really fun because you were a kid thinking about this stuff, and it did never look that great. It looked like I mean, by those metrics, I think it looks pretty awesome. Even on like there's certain sites in like Yellow, for instance, that are like, that's pretty awesome. Like that's really, really cool. I guess, I don't know, like we didn't detective super hard here, but I kind of just think it's the length that this has been going on. Like, cause it's like, I have a relationship with with a piece of media. And this is, I mean, like, is this not like, this is new. This is like, we're having like kind of a new human experience here. And we're like, I guess we're noticing a lot of problems because of this. The frontier for like the frontiersman for this was the Disney adult, but now we have Pokemon adults and all sorts of things like this. But it's like, yeah, it's like fascinating. I have a relationship with a piece of media that I had when I was 4, that I have while I'm 27. And I have always had a relationship with that piece of media. And that piece of media has continued to give me new media. And I'm not just analyzing the same book over and over. I guess this could be I guess this could be the same with like an author who is particularly well written. My go-to being R.L. Stine. He has written books literally my entire life. Goosebumps for life. So like, I guess it's like possible, and this could be a thing. And like there's like soap operas famously of TV shows, but I think the case is still the same. Like it was like, I don't know, like if you're there is like a point in our life where we were like so much more available to dream. Like you have to work really hard. It's like, I don't know, like I try really hard to catch myself, because it's like, yeah, I'm 27, and it's like, don't be a hater. Like, or like when you're enjoying something, like you can be a hater about like, I don't know, like justice or something, but like, I don't know, like I'm enjoying this and I'm like, hey, like why would you think that? Why wouldn't you just have fun? Like you paid so much money for this. Like you can just cognitive behavioral therapy yourself into, or just like imagine it's like I'm having fun, and then I'm like, oh my god, I'm having fun. It's like it's both simple and very complicated to me, but I don't think that this is going to end anytime quickly. And it's like oh, why did they turn on Gen 1? Why did they turn on Gen 5? Why did they turn on Gen 2? Why did they turn on Gen 4? It's like it's an infinite question. I don't know. Like do you think that there's anything more than that? Like it's just like.
So I don't know if you remember the complaints. Probably around Gen 5, Gen 6, that Pokemon was just the same every time, and it was just formulaic, right?
I used to get such a kick out of being like, yeah, boss, that's called a series. Have you watched TV before? Like, like I love saying shit like that when I was in 9th grade.
Every game you get 8 badges. There's an evil team. You beat the champ, and rinse and repeat, right? And they try to shake up the formula a little bit in Sun and Moon by adding the trials and whatever. Even to the point where, like, I don't know if you watched Video Game Donkey's video about Legends Arceus, but he opens with, they made a second Pokemon game, and it's pretty good for their second Pokemon game, which is pretty funny, admittedly.
That's a legitimately interesting point. I don't really want to entertain it given how we've been talking, but like there is like meaningful substance to that, because they made a second, like it's like a piece of, it's like the other piece of DNA in their series. Like we have like this like twisted series happening. Whatever. Just you keep going.
They
not to overanalyze.
No, but they have changed the Pokemon formula, and they've made these games like no longer top down and no longer 2D. They've made them 3D instead. They've made them partially open world and then pretty much fully open world, and they've added different types of bosses and so on and so forth. And I don't know if you've seen the ROM hacks lately, but they're all versions of what the games used to be. The things that people complained were just kept happening over and over. And actually, that's what people want. And simultaneously, I don't think people actually really know what they want. I think they know what they want, myself included, after they've already experienced the thing and they decide that they like it. But at least, like, until the next thing happens, no one knows what they want, really. And so when the new thing isn't that,
I think it's like, I guess like a, like, that's why it's like such like the invalid criticism thing is because it's like hyper specific to the point of not mattering.
Right.
Of like, it's a window, please shut the hell up. But like I was gonna say well, I kind of know what I want. Like I want experiences. But then I thought, like, right after that, I was like, well, that is maybe the broadest thing you have ever said in your entire life. Like, sure. I think most people want experiences.
Right.
And I am going to get those if I play games. So.
And they being the developers, Game Freak, feel a need, I imagine, to innovate. And
I mean, it's art. We always like that's
right.
Always has to be at the table. They're making art, and they do all the weird, complicated bullshit about their dev structuring, not like the dev timelines, but like all that stuff about their dev, like the actual like logistics of how they create their art is because they want to make really good art,
right? Or
at least compelling art,
right? And on an individual level, I think they probably do not want to make the same thing over and over again. Also,
yeah, having programmed a little bit, it kind of sucks having to make the same thing over and over.
And I imagine, especially as they work on things for longer and longer, they probably get ideas for how it could improve. And sure enough, we have seen it from modern Pokemon games. With every single entry, some amount of quality of life improvement to the way that it was previously, and the games have gotten better for it. One of the biggest advancements, in my opinion, is the new auto heal function, which was introduced in Scarlet and Violet, but they improved it even in ZA, where when you auto heal in Scarlet and Violet, you could not auto heal a fainted Pokemon. You could only auto heal a Pokemon using like potions and stuff. In ZA, you can auto heal a fainted Pokemon, and it just asks, like, you click in the right stick, and it asks, do you want to use a revive? And you click yes. And it's just nice. It's just nice,
so fascinating,
quick quality of life stuff that they're like inching one game at a time.
Yeah.
just like slowly but surely like improving just like the like minute experience, which just it's less resistance for the player, and so overall you're going to have a better time with the game. Even if broad strokes you might, again, story wise I did not vibe with this game, but like minute to minute gameplay I had a great time. I like can't put it down, you know, especially now that I've rolled credits. I can't wait to get in there and just like play this game for a while.
And the cycle of hatred continues.
It does. And even the complaints that I have now about the story or whatever, like even now that that's like done with, I'm probably gonna still largely look back on this game fondly when I'm finished with it overall, just because like as I've just like again minute to minute as I've been playing it, I've been really enjoying it, and that's I think what I'm gonna remember more than any of the story stuff. Yeah.
20 years from now, I'm going to be like, they don't make them like they used to make ZA.
They don't make them like they made ZA. ZA was peak.
They don't make them like they made Scarlet and Violet. That was peak.
God, I wish they would go back to the open world format. Why did they ditch the open world format and go back to hallways and 8 gyms again? Curses. Anyway, time to play Pokemon Emerald for the 30 billionth time.
I love Pokemon Emerald.
Me too.
Almost as much as Vanilla Lux.
Almost as much as the Minnesota Vikings. And almost as much as Mega Raichu Y. Shout out LRXC, I love you.
My favorite things. I am like both unsatisfied and satisfied with this. This is the conclusion. This is the end, folks.
Yep.
This is the end of the sentence, I fear. There's like an answer and not an answer to this. If you like Pokemon, I'm so happy. And if you like things and you like having fun, I'm so happy. Please keep doing that, and don't like I almost feel like it's like self-hatred at a certain point of like I'm not allowed to have fun because like layered in here, especially like with games, and it's especially games that we had a relationship as a child. Like, I'm not a kid anymore. False. You are still that thing, and you are allowed to have fun. Mm-hmm. But it's like both not that complicated and that complicated. Mm-hmm. And
for what it's worth,
there's like the what?
Well, I do feel lately, especially, and I think we talked about this last time, or at least I kind of mentioned it last time too, is it does feel right now, at least, that like Nintendo and Game Freak are like being pretty greedy, and I think some of the hatred towards ZA, I think, stems from that. Regardless of whether the game was good or not, I think there are people who just like are upset about that aspect of it, and I think that's fair.
It's fair. It's just like, I guess to me, like poor communication, I suppose.
Right.
Like, between me and another person, like you're not saying the thing that you exactly mean,
right.
And like I have a little bit of difficulty with that. It is fair. Like it's just kind of the case.
I think primarily if I see someone complaining about the price tag of the game, then I know that, like, they'll say that the game is a bad game, and in the same breath that it is also $70. To me, I don't know. Like, I get it. Shit's expensive. And also, again, Nintendo lately and Pokemon have felt particularly greedy. So I don't want to. I don't want to invalidate any of those critiques.
I mean,
what it's worth.
I guess like the context to like everything that I say is like, I'm such like an analysis like purist, I guess, of like, because like that's like my favorite thing in the world is like what did you think about it, like deep within your soul? What did it make you feel? What did it make you? And so it's like the biggest insult to me is like when someone paints me a picture like they played the game and they did not, and or like read a book or like heard it was bad and it was like, no, that is not your soul. I like this is an insult to our humanity. Like that's what I hear when that is happening, because it's like I don't know, I'm just like an analysis purist, but that is like really relevant context. I guess I'm not like backpedaling necessarily, as in it's like I need to also be aware of context of like a world context. But it's like it's so because I just love, I mean, it's why we do this show. It's why the show was dreamed up this way, and it's why I make the videos that I make. Is just like God, I love like the soul and the feeling that art makes us experience, and so like we are intertwining two conversations that are making both of them more muddy to me.
I really appreciate some of the reviews that I've seen for ZA so far from folks who just give like pros and cons, and they're not giving like a number, but they're just giving a list of the things that they liked and then a list of the things that they didn't like.
That sounds great
And
to
then
me.
by the end of it, they're saying they're asking for engagement. What did you think? But also engaging in conversation, which I don't think enough reviews of things do. They just they give their thought and they give their number, and if you disagree, then you're invalid in their eyes. So with that said, engagement,
Thank you.
folks. Have you played ZA? What do you think? Let us
Yeah.
know. We're very intrigued. If you haven't played ZA, I guess like if you have thoughts about it,
I guess
I
you made it
would
to the end of the video.
I would just ask, if you haven't played it but you still have like thoughts about it, what if you prefaced your comment with, I haven't played it yet, but, and then that'll at least like kind of temper
won't
like the
freak
way
out.
that I read it. You know what I mean?
And I won't have like a total freak out if you
Yeah.
do it that way. And I will be much more normal if it's like, oh, okay, like context was provided. Thank you so much.
But if you have played it, we're very interested to know what you think. But please refrain from spoiling anything.
I said it was the end,
Mhm.
but this is the real end.
This is the end. We did it.
Yeah, we did it. 'Cause that's all we got for you this time, Petalburg Woods. Next time, it's real. It's really gonna really happen this time. We're gonna do the mythical mobile games episode. It's going to happen.
Maybe.
I almost feel like it's like a worthy bit prefacing that every time. We're gonna do mobile games. The infinite cycle, the cycle of mobile games are coming to the show.
Yeah, that the mobile games episode is
I know
happening.
everyone's really excited to discuss Pokemon mobile games. That is coming next time. Maybe something else though. Who's to say?
Yeah,
Until then, you can
we
find
don't
us
know.
outside of the forest. I'm on YouTube, famously, and we are both on Twitch at Droomish _ and at Capreo _. Watch our videos, watch our streams. Let us know what you thought of the show by leaving a review. I stream on Monday nights. Capreo streams many nights. So just like
Well, I don't really have a schedule, but you have a schedule.
a real fun bag. Monday nights. The Droomish stream is popping on Monday nights. The girls are loving it. Anyways, let us know what you thought of this show by leaving a review. And if you're watching on YouTube, please like it. Subscribe to the channel. As always, comment your favorite Mega Raichu form, if you will. And also what in media res means. And as always, leave your repels at home. And we'll see you next time in Petalburg Woods. Bye-bye, folks.
Bye-bye.
Petalburg Woods is hosted by Droomish and Capreo and produced by Girl Luigi. The theme music is by Capreo, and additional artwork is by Mo Paint Stuff. Let us know where you'd like to visit in the Pokémon Universe next. Email us at petalburgpod@gmail.com. And until then, leave your super repels at home and come visit us in the Petalburg Woods. See ya!